Okay, so we're gonna start from the beginning, okay? Because I want you guys to get full context. So let me actually get a picture of her. Napheesa Collier. Okay. So here. No, so let me zoom in here. So Napheesa Collier, who plays for the Minnesota Lynx. So she essentially went viral the other day for essentially calling out the NBA commissioner. Now, for full context, in the WNBA semifinals, Napheesa Collier suffered an ankle injury following a collision in the late moments of Game 3, I believe it was. And many people felt that she should have drawn a foul call, but the officials didn't call the foul, right? So, in reaction, her coach, Cheryl Reeve, I believe I'm saying it right, Cheryl Reeve, she strongly criticized the officiating and was ejected from the game. And there was also a clip of her literally cursing out fans on the floor. So check this out. Let me see if I can find the clip. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, as you can see there, she was pretty pissed off. Now, after the Lynx were eventually eliminated from the playoffs, um, Napheesa Collier used her end of season press time to deliver a written statement that she read out loud. So let me see if I can find that clip for you guys so we can listen to it into its entirety. Okay, so here we go.
Be clear, this conversation is. Thank you all for your time today. I have prepared a statement that I would like to make before taking any questions. All right. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate the Mercury for advancing to the finals. And I want to be clear, this conversation is not about winning or losing. It's about something much bigger. The real threat to our league isn't money, it isn't ratings, or even missed calls, or even physical play. It's the lack of accountability from the league office. Since I've been in the league, you've heard the constant concerns about officiating, and it has now reached levels of inconsistency that plague our sport and undermine the integrity in which it operates. Whether the league cares about the health of the players is one thing, but to also not care about the product we put on the floor is truly self-sabotage. Year after year, the only thing that remains consistent is the lack of accountability from our leaders. Sorry, I had to walk here in my boot. I'm kind of out of breath. The league has a buzzword that they've rolled out as talking points for the CBA as to why they can't pay the players what we're worth. That word is sustainability. But what's truly unsustainable is keeping a good product on the floor while allowing officials to lose control of games. Fans see it every night. Coaches, both winning and losing, point it out every night in pregame and postgame media. Yet leadership just issues fines and looks the other way. They ignore the issues that everyone inside the game is begging to be fixed. That is negligence. At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Kathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything.
Oh, no, for real? Oh, no, that's pretty crazy. She really said this shit? Well, I mean, she wouldn't lie. Fuck.
And in that same conversation, she told me, players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them.
Okay.
That's a mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't value us. The league believes it succeeds despite its players, not because of them. I have the privilege of watching my husband run a league where he has to balance 100 different things at once. I won't pretend the job is easy. But even with all of that on his plate, he always takes the time to reach out to players when he sees an injury, whether it's Unrivaled or even during the WNBA season. That is what leadership looks like. It's the human element. It's basic integrity, and it's the bare minimum any leader should embody. This year alone, I've gotten calls, texts, and well wishes from so many players across the league. Those moments remind me that sometimes there are things bigger than the results than this game we play. But do you know who I haven't heard from? Kathy. Not one call, not one text. Instead, the only outreach has come from her number 2 telling my agent that she doesn't believe physical play is contributing to injuries. That is infuriating, and it's the perfect example of the tone-deaf, dismissive approach that our leaders always seem to take. I've finally grown tired. For too long, I have tried to have these conversations in private, but it's clear there is no intention of accepting there's a problem. The league has made it clear it isn't about innovation, it isn't about collaboration, it's about control and power. I've earned this platform and I've paid the price to get here, and now I have a responsibility to speak on behalf of the fans and everyone in this league that deserves better. Our leadership's answer to being held accountable is to suppress everyone's voices by handing out fines. I'm not concerned about a fine. I'm concerned about the future of our sport. At some point, everyone deserves to hear the truth from someone who I hope has earned the benefit of the doubt to fight for what is right and fair for our athletes and our fans. We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world. If I didn't know exactly what the
Damn, worst leadership is pretty strong words.
job entailed, maybe I wouldn't feel this way. But unfortunately for them, I do. We serve a league that has shown they think championship coaches and Hall of Fame players are dispensable, and that's fine. It's professional sports. But I will not stand quietly by and allow different standards to be applied at the league level. Thank you.
So you heard what Napheesa Collier had to say, and these are some pretty damning remarks. Now, following this, bombshell of a press conference, the WNBA commissioner issued a statement in response to Napheesa Collier's words. And let me see if I can find it. Where is it? I should have it here. Oh, here we go. Put this over here. So it says, I have the utmost respect for Napheesa Collier and for all the players in the WNBA. Together, we have all worked tirelessly to transform this league. Excuse me. My focus remains on ensuring a bright future for the players and the WNBA, including collaborating on how we continue to elevate the game. I am disheartened by how Napheesa characterized our conversations and league leadership. But even when our perspectives differ, my commitment to the players and to this work will not waver. So, Kathy Engelbert with the response to Napheesa Collier. And I was actually watching, I think it was yesterday. I was not even watching, I was scrolling through social media, and I saw Stephen A. Smith, who also chimed in and gave his thoughts on the WNBA commissioner responding, and he essentially called for the NBA commissioner he essentially called for the WNBA commissioner to resign. So check this out.
I want to see her. Kathy Engelbert, the commissioner of the league. Doggy, Peter, Monica, let me say for the record, you should resign. You need to resign. Period. The reason I say that, Doggy, is because when a player, any player, but especially one of that magnitude, attacks you publicly like that, that weak-ass statement Commissioner Engelbert gave,
Damn. A weak-ass statement? Damn.
is not good enough. And I'm going to say it. It was a weak-ass statement. Could you imagine somebody directing comments and criticisms at you, taking conversations they've had with you directly and telling the world what you said? And did you see that statement Commissioner Engelbert gave? She basically provided no defense of herself. I don't have the statement right directly in front of me, y'all.
Mischaracterization.
A mischaracterization.
She was disheartened.
I'm disheartened at the mischaracterization. What? That was I'm not saying Napheesa Collier personally attacked her, like personally. I'm not trying to personalize it like that, but I'm just saying her words were piercing. That was an attack against your leadership. It was an attack against your integrity. It was an attack against your character. Against your character. And that's the statement you came out with. Listen, I've reached out to Kathy Engelbert's office. I said, you are welcome to come on my show today. Explain, because I want to know how the hell somebody said something like that about you as the commissioner. Doggy, come on, man. I mean, whether it was David Stern or Adam Silver or Roger Goodell or Paul Tagliabue, Pete Rose, could you imagine a commissioner being called out like that directly? And that timid, tepid statement, oh, she looks guilty as hell. And then
Stephen A be doing the most,
I'm
bro.
looking at it and I'm saying, did you really say that? Did you really say that Caitlin Clark should thank her Heavenly Stars that she wouldn't be worth anything if she wasn't playing in the WNBA? Did you really say? See, all of these things that Napheesa Collier brought up, I'm sitting back going like this. Girl, you got my ears perked. I'm like, I'm listening because she got very, very specific. And for her to come, the commissioner to come back with that, you can't have her at the negotiating table talking to players. Basically, Napheesa Collier says she's in the way of our growth and our development as a league, not just on the player side, but on the league side. She's not good for basketball. That's what Napheesa Collier, nobody questioned Kathy Engelbert's business acumen now because we know she knows business.
All right, so I'm gonna cut it short here. So you saw what Stephen A. Smith had to say, and my thoughts on this is this, man. It is kind of crazy that the players that, and again, this is not just Napheesa Collier. A lot of players are co-signing Napheesa Collier's statements regarding her words towards the WNBA commissioner being inept, right? And I also think it's crazy that the WNBA commissioner would actually say that about Caitlin Clark, who is, I'm not going to say she's the driving force primarily, but she's definitely a big part in it, you know, in addition to Angel Reese and Paige Boogers, who basically is elevating this league. And for her to say that she should be grateful, it's the complete opposite. When it comes to this, to, you know, the NBA, WNBA, it's a players' league, and the players are ultimately the most important product that they put out there. So, yeah. Now, I'm not going to speak on the whole, you know, revenue, the subject regarding WNBA players getting paid more. I think that in order to get paid more, you have to, you know, bring in revenue. That's just my opinion, but I'll leave it there. I'm not going to get into that. But let me know what you guys think about that topic, man. All right, what else is going on?